La. Greetings, guys. Apollo Creed here, voice of the common man. Hope you're all well. Big respect to all my subscribers, sharers, commenters, likers, and donators. Yous are the real, spreading the word of the common man. Big respect. Hope everybody's well. Got a special guest coming on, and that'll be very shortly. All right, see who's in the chat. Say hello to a few people. Joe Brown, respect, Jimmy Cranky, got manners, Mishi, Sean Wayne, that Manny guy, OG, Miss Emma, Mishi, fighting Irish, chemical gases, Karina, XX, speaking to the Truth Media Live, that Manny guy, Bristol Bomber, UK Hulk TV, Joe Brown, chemical glass, Mishi, Karina. I'm seeing the same people. Mankman, Gail Clark, McBlurrin, Andy Burnham, Joe Brown, Mark Lyons, OG, Miss Emma, Sean Wayne, got manners. All big respect. La. Yes. Anyway, there's loads again, so big respect to everybody who's commenting. All right. But yeah, hope everyone's doing really well, guys. I do. But go through a few things first so you know what's going on. You know what I mean? So Anita is going to come on and just keep this highlighted, what's going on. You know what I mean? Otherwise, things get washed away, don't they? If you don't keep on them. They just get forgotten about and become yesterday's fish and chip paper. But there's a lot of stuff going on, believe me, all around us. So we'll keep that highlighted. But a couple of updates anyway. Mr. Burksket, I know you're watching, baby. Yeah, they're a weird group of people, aren't they? You know what I mean? I've heard loads of phone calls from him recently. I've seen loads of messages he's been sending certain people. And when you get caught out, Tony, you come out with the most ridiculous excuses. For what benefit would you be setting anybody up in that way, you crazy man? You got your devices took off you and then you have to go and get a new phone today. So I don't know what you're on about, mate. So you're one weird guy, Freddy Krueger. You really are, lad. You're one weird little bacon. But yeah, so get him on a bit. Brian Mockerill. Brian, yes. He and Emma removed their video today, strangely enough. You know, the one where they did a live and they were trying to come back with what Apollo had put out there. You know what I mean? Well, they've removed it today. So there you go. Maybe they knew they made a show of themselves and they just, I don't know. But they've removed that live that they made after my video. Strange. Wonder if anyone saw the top trumps of Baconville today. Did anybody see that? I uploaded it. Top trumps of Baconville. There'll be another video coming out tomorrow. And it'll have all 32 in there. It'll be a full top trumps deck of cards. And you can get your hands on one, people. And you'll see all of them. Everybody can get their hands on one of these top trumps. And they'll be legendary. Keep them at home. Play top trumps with all of the people who are being accused of being bacons. And all of the bacons that are out there. Okay. I've only got a bacon factor of 1. No, 0. But yeah, that'll be really good stuff. But I'll put that out tomorrow. It'll be a full pack, proper top trump stuff. This is, you know, like thinking outside the box. Get some. But yeah, people leaving YouTube. Hey, what's that about? So people are leaving YouTube, and I've seen people have been very quiet. Certain people as well over the last few weeks. So Karma Corner, I believe, is gone today. I've been told. He's got in the van and he's took off. He's gone. So there you are. So what is the reason why he's gone? A few people have been asking me, Apollo, what is the reason? Is it something to hide? Is it they're mentally weak or depressed and can't handle it? Or is it for another reason? Are people being quiet because they're worried? Or are people genuinely just had enough? That's what I've been asked. Who knows? But I don't know what's going on. All I know is Tony was holding up these USB sticks the other day saying he's got information on people. I don't know. It's strange, isn't it? It's a strange one. People. Very strange indeedy. But a lot of grassing going on. A lot of stuff's going on, isn't it? I hear Sean Gregg. Someone's reported him and he's had his benefits stopped. Is this true, is it? What's going on here? Is this people off YouTube have done this? Or is this people on YouTube. Tell you what, ban that Erie out my chat. Can't be bothered with him, the little sweat. Talks absolute buggery. Really does. You're an old man who is about 60-year-old who sits at home with his parents because you're a mong and you lost everything you ever had and you weren't man enough to get up off your backside and work it back. See that wooden stick of yours? Go and shove it up your batty, you little flip. Yeah. See you later, potato. You boring little man. But yeah, it comes in, you know what I mean, when you ask people to give respect and tell them what guests are coming on. He's obviously had no upbringing, no culture, no nothing to him. Sweat. But yeah, so it's strange. All these people leaving YouTube for what reason? Right. Anyway, I'm going to let Anita on. All right. She should be backstage. Let me check. Yes, she is. And then we'll let some people on. You can ask her some questions as well. She said to me today she'd like to answer any questions if anyone's got anything they need clearing up or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let it on and we'll see what's going on. Right, bear with me 2 moments.
Hi everyone.
Hello. How are you? All right?
I'm okay. So stressed today, but it has to be done. Anyway, I would like to say thank you so much to everyone who messaged me, emailed me, beautiful emails, beautiful messages, amazing guys. And I just would like to say about Tony Birkett first, then I go on the other subject. Tony Birkett is keep messaging me. I don't know why he keep messaging me. I don't know what is his.
I do. He's been done in jail for harassment before, but carry on. It's the same thing.
I know, but he just don't realize that he can say whatever he wants in message. He won't get anything from me. He thinks he gonna get out something from me. I don't know what he thinks, because I know he know lots of things what's going on with DK and my daughter, and I just don't understand his YouTube channel tonight, because he was harassing me through messages. He was telling me first that I'm prostitute, I'm a abuser, I'm a child abuser. That's why I don't have Becky in my care. Then he changed the subject because he know the police is on him, because I reported him for malicious communication towards me.
And so that's why he got arrested.
He got arrested because they look everything what's going on, and I show them the messages what he's doing. And then he is posting video again that he wanted to just message me. Why he even messaged me, to say that he's in police station and his laptop and his mobile phone was taken away.
Well, it's strange behaviour, isn't it? That you start messaging the mother, you know what I mean? Very strange behaviour. I put the text messages out anyway earlier on a video. I didn't include the number, so there's nothing you can do about it, Tony. But you've admitted that it's you by saying, oh, you were trying to set somebody up. So what were you doing? Messaging the mother of this child after all of this caper's gone on? What you're trying to do, Tony? It sounds like some kind of harassment again to me. You know what I mean? Because why are you doing that? That's strange, Tony boy.
And it's not just the messages, he phoned me actually on it was Apollo Saturday or Sunday. He phoned me. You have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He phoned me. He said, because I said none of your kids have nothing to do with you, and then he messaged me today. Only his son talking to him, not his daughter, because his daughter is a policewoman. So he's just lying and trying to. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's putting on obsessed with Daniel Kerry. I am not obsessed with Daniel Kerry. I want the truth to come out, and I want everybody to know how he groomed my daughter. And it's really sad that people still supporting those kind of people, because I just want to say to everyone that it could happen to anybody who have even bigger profession than I have. You can be psychiatrist, you can be doctor, you can be a policewoman, you can be anybody. These people know how to work on children and on you. This person, he groomed me first, and then he knew exactly what he was doing. He knows how to go on my daughter. I am sorry for everybody that I don't have evidence of video that they had sex together, but I know they did, and I know he groomed my child, and you all asking for evidence. I am sorry how much evidence you want to know. Even if I was such an abuser, how they were saying to my children, what on earth can 47-year-old man in 6 weeks time want 16-year-old girl, 15 she was, and then 16 when she moved to him 1 week after her 16th birthday? What on earth he would want to have care
No.
for a young girl like that, beautiful young girl, beautiful, and his his own children want nothing to do with him. I was in contact with them before. His sons, both of them, they want nothing to do with him. So you tell me, all of you, you're telling me, show your account. I can show you all my DBS. I am vetted every year from my what I do. So I can show you all my DBSs. I have no convictions against no one. Also, I want to say, just think of this. 6 weeks he was with me, exactly 6 weeks. Even if I was abuser, why my daughter would need to be 6 hours away from the hometown? Even if I was abuser, alleged abuser, she should be here in foster care in East Sussex where we live, or with her family, with our friends, not with 47-year-old man. So this is again another question I ask for you. I say you all attacking, well, not all, some of people who attacking me saying you abuse her, he care for her. If I abuse her, how can she survive for 16 years with me? Or why she didn't go to foster care in East Sussex? Why was the need to be 6 hours away from her hometown with a strange man who she knew 6 weeks? People saying 6 years. I not know Daniel Kerry for 6 years. I knew Daniel Kerry for 6 weeks, exactly 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I know. What I found disturbing as well was the phone call to the mother at that point. That was really disturbing. You know that when that was just. I mean, she was saying what you're doing with a 15-year-old. You could get away with it maybe if it was a boy. That was disturbing enough. But then it was like you're going to get labelled a pedo and all of this and that. And he
And
was like, well, what can I do? I was like, oh
he
dear
said,
me.
he said on the phone call, they call me pedophile anyway. So,
Yeah, no,
you
I
know,
couldn't believe it.
he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I know girls, girls as well who email you. I know lots of abuse going from that man, and I am not obsessed with him. I'm only obsessed because of my daughter, because she is in danger. She is groomed. She have, as lots of people say, I always was saying that, oh, I'm saying that for 1 year and a half, she have Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Like lots of people say, Stockholm syndrome, for if people don't know what Stockholm syndrome is when they capture you, when the groomer capture you, and then you can't get out, but you get in love with this groomer. And my daughter is infatuated with him. She loves him so much, she will do anything and everything what he tells her, because she doesn't even realize herself that she is being groomed.
That's what happens a lot of the time. And then they shower them with gifts and all sorts of stuff on top just to sweeten the deal. It's just it goes a lot deeper than that, but it's just disgusting. But I know Bacon Burkett's been trying to get on a couple of platforms. He's messaging platforms to try and get on them. Is Freddy Krueger, and he's trying to get his message across. There is no message, Tony. We know what you are. We've heard the phone calls. We've heard the police say you're a potential risk. You're in trouble again because of your risk, and you're a joke, mate. All right. So whatever you try and do, you're not smart enough, mate, because you're a bacon, and that's the end of it. All right. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy, isn't it? Really bad. And it must be bad what you're going through, you know what I mean? But at least you've got good support, you know what I mean? I've seen a few dodgy comments, but you've got a lot more support than not, you know what I mean?
And I'm so grateful for that support, because I thought I am fighting myself on my own for 1 year and a half. You know,
Yeah.
this police let me down, and it's so big. You have no idea what's going on, because is police with them, is social services with them, what is going on with these people? Is this sexual ring? Is this
Well,
I have
see,
no idea how to explain, but it's very. I emailed social services 3 days ago, and I said to them, my daughter is in danger again, yet again. I email you, I message, well, I big email. You have the email. What I
mm-hmm.
reply to me today. They say we are not work with your daughter anymore. You need to call triage. So I have safeguarding concerns to social services about my child, and they just pink me off because they know they did wrong. They know
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
Daniel don't have custody. This was only because Becky wanted to stay there, because that's what she was taught to stay there, because she will say anything and everything against me. She will say I beat her up. Come on, people. Even if I beat her up, she should not be 6 hours away from her hometown. She could be with anyone here. As I said, you all attacking me that I'm children abuser and all this. I am not children abuser. If I'm children abuser, I have my 3 children in my home.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
social services at the end of the day, all right, Kafka, social services, whatever, you're going to have to start listening now, aren't you? Because it ain't the greatest, is it? Now you're on a platform and there's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people see this, probably some social services officers. So take note, you're going to have to start doing something and treating cases differently. You're destroying families' lives by being incompetent. And we all know you're allegedly incompetent a lot of the time when your files can come out in your reports every year. So listen, you're going to have to do something about it. Hawkwind, very much respected. Is this lady safe coming on here? These people with Burkett, 2 minutes, I'll put this up. Is this lady safe coming on here? These people with Burkett are absolute animals who's going to be there when they turn up to her door. Don't worry about that. She's safeguarded. She'll be fine. But that is it. It's a wise question, though, because they are that way. But everything's all over them at the end of the day. Everything's all over them. And these things have got to be highlighted, really, haven't they, to change things? But don't worry about that. I wouldn't. Well, I can't say that, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I'm just still
You know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm still can't believe how Tony Burkett's supporters is still liking his post. If they see what he is messaging me, you are a prostitute, you are children abuser,
Yeah.
I am going to make video of you how you abuse your children. This is very damaging as well. I never wanted to come online. I would never want to do any interviews, but what happened last couple of weeks, it was unbelievable. I said I needed to come out. I need people hear my voice, because I know lots of women like me is in the same situation like me, because it's not just me. I have lots of messages from women from support, and they saying their daughter was taken away when she was 16. Social services didn't do anything, police didn't do anything. If you go on social services awareness on Facebook, you get so many stories of these people, but these people know how to, like Daniel Kerry and Tony Birkitt and all these who are next to them, they are known as manipulators. They are psychopaths, but they are manipulators. They know how. He manipulated me. He groomed me first. To go through he go through my daughter. He go through me to my daughter.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how these people work, and it's as I said, it's amazing how they work, because they they will they will give you anything from the start. Like, I didn't need any money or anything, because he didn't even have money. I was paying his car tax. I have still proof of that as well.
Yeah.
And when he come to my house, he was starting tattooing from my house. People is coming to me now after 1 year and 7 months, that when I was at work, he was slapping Becky's bum, in the garden. And said, therefore it's inappropriate, for stepdad who knows my daughter for like a little bit of time, to everybody think they are together, not me and him are together. So I just want to make people aware of those people. That's why I'm come on. Even if Becky is not coming back, I just want to people know that they are not on their own. We are so many people like this in life struggle, and they will come and attack vulnerable women. I
Yeah.
was I have children. It must be some link there, because this link's going through. Friend of mine texts me, oh, I have tattoos here, he's tattooing, do you want a tattoo, blah blah blah. And so, oh yeah, I would like tattoo of my another child, because I have a child, little one. And I said, oh, I have all three of my children, I need my fourth one there. And then is I not talk to that friend anymore, because I think everybody is linked. It's like a linked gang.
Yeah. But can be. There's lots of these rings operate. You know what I mean? All over the place. People just don't believe it sometimes because it's so hard to believe. But rings operate all over the place. There's been massive rings all over. I watched the program the other day where, like Blackpool and like seaside resort type places. In the summer, they've done surveillance on these areas looking for known paedophiles and stuff, right? And when they've like scanned a beach on a certain day, they've found like 50 known paedophiles on one stretch of beach. And it's like, what? But it's dark, isn't it? But there is rings that go on. There'll be rings on here. There'll be rings all over. But I know exactly what you're saying. I do believe it is. But yeah, to go to a beach on one day and film 50 of them just in one spot who are known paedophiles is just unbelievable. They're everywhere.
Do you know, I got these messages and evidence towards him, how he worked on my child. Also, you see the messages when Becky was texting me when she moved out to him, and she said to me, I love you, but you need to stop telling the lies. But I always told you that I will move out when I'm 16. I said, Becky, you know this man, not nearly, you don't even know him, nearly 2 months you know him. How can he be your dad?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing.
that's obviously what he wanted her to say to cover his tracks, and oh, it's my daughter, it's my daughter, it's my stepdaughter. When it's not, you know what I mean? Those videos I've seen as well are unbelievable of the presence.
I never been married to this man, I knew
Yeah.
him 6 weeks, 6 weeks took me to realize that he's grooming my child at my house. And then all of a sudden my child is gone, my life crushed, my life gone. As I said before, half of my heart is missing because I don't have my Becky. My Becky was all the time next to me. If you see my family and my friends, they will tell you, the strangers don't know. And how dare Anthony Birkett going on his YouTube making all those videos of me, saying I am a child abuser. My son went put himself to foster care. You got the documents, Apollo, as well. My son didn't went to foster care. I put my son to foster care when he was 14 years old because he was on drugs and he was dangerous to me and my children.
Yeah, well, that's what you would do, isn't it, in that situation? I've seen all the paperwork. Obviously, I haven't just stuck it up online because that's sensitive stuff, that bit.
Drag my son into this because that's not right. My son is 19 now. He have his own life. He see my family. He see my mom. He goes to my mom for lunches. He goes there. I am happy for him. He changed. He's not on drugs anymore. He goes to gym all the time. He is fine. But I am just saying as well, again, I'm going to repeat this. If I was abuser, Becky should still stay in East Sussex where we live with her real family or real friends or even foster
Yeah.
care.
If that was the case, that's what would happen. I get what you're saying, and that isn't the case, and that's why she's up there.
Strange men who have no clue about my Becky. He had clue about my Becky because he was vulnerable girl. Mother is single. Mother was vulnerable. I can work on her. He work on her in my home. I just want to spread the awareness of these groomers because I still today, I am guilty of bringing this man to my home. I should never, because I had, three beautiful young children in there, girls, and I should never move him in, especially what profession I do. I work with criminals, on psychiatric ward, on forensic. And this hit home because I working with these people. I should knew better. I should knew who this person is, but he is different when you work with something, and it's different when you emotionally involved.
I
So
know. I can't even. I mean, I can only imagine what you've gone through. It would probably would probably split my head in two. It's just unbelievable what you've had to go through. I can't even comprehend it.
Apollo, I nearly commit suicide because of this.
That's what I mean.
I nearly drove my car through Seaford Head. You know, Seaford is here. It's big. You know,
Yeah.
It's you hear ever Seven Sisters, Three Bridges.
Yeah.
You know, I nearly drove my car. You know, lots of people knew that. You know, I was that low. How can I was blaming I still blaming myself. Of course, it's my fault that I bring this monster to my home. You know, I shouldn't ever allow it, but I did, and I feel.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I would feel like that, but at the end of the day, you didn't know that. You didn't know that. That's that good at it. You didn't know he was doing that. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can't be held accountable for his behavior. I know what you're saying. You blame yourself, but how do you know what someone is like that if they present themselves some way? Maybe the way forward is maybe one mistake that was made. Maybe checks should be made by you, shouldn't they, really? Or when you meet guys, I think it highlights that as well. Maybe not everybody. It's so hard to even say that, though, isn't it? Because then you say, any man that meets a woman, do you check them? Maybe you do if you've got kids. I don't know. That's a talking point in itself.
Please,
Yeah.
everyone, and if you meet a guy, straight away do Claire's law, Sarah's law.
Yeah.
You are entitled to do Claire's law when you are with a partner. You are entitled to do with Sarah's law when you're with a
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah. And if you've got nothing to hide, you would show it, wouldn't you? I'm sure there's a lot of guys in this chat who, if they know that had nothing to hide, would show a Sarah's law to a girl they met who had other children. I would suspect. I freaking hope so. But yeah, maybe that is the way forward. And then that, I mean, just because you're not on paperwork doesn't mean you are one. Just because you haven't been caught doesn't mean you're not one. But it would maybe filter a lot of shit out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say as well. You know, everybody asking, show us Acro. I don't even know Acro is. I know DBS. You know, I know enhanced DBS. I never heard of Acro before. I'd never even heard before. You know, I only started YouTube 3 weeks ago.
Neither did I. I'd never heard of it until Decca Heggie. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so you know, I never heard of these channels or these people, and I never hear of Acro. I only know about enhanced DBS, and enhanced DBS you can get. You know, you pay. I think it's normal DBS is £25. Enhanced DBS is £50. Is you don't need to have it just from your employer. You can apply for yourself. So you know, I think every woman should do that, and I don't want any woman go through suffering like I do, because I suffer every day, and I thinking, you know, I waking up at night, what's happening with my Becky, what is going on, is it something more there, is this sexual ring, are
Hold
they
on a moment. Hold on a moment. Just answer something in the chat. Barb, working with criminals, she doesn't know an acro. You don't work. You just work in forensics, don't you?
forensic? Yeah,
Yeah. So don't know how that applies. But yeah, carry on what you're saying. Sorry.
but we don't have acro, we have enhanced DBS. And when we have on a computer about person, you know, that's not called acro. You know, we have all the history, but it doesn't call acro. You know, so it's I never heard of acro. You know, probably you have that up north, but we don't have that in East Sussex.
Oh, I've never heard of it until I heard of Decca Heggie. Then I heard of
Yeah,
there's like an acro you can get, a police
yeah,
certificate thing, and then there's an SAR, subject access request,
yeah,
which is even all paperwork what shows your NFAs. There's loads
yeah,
of stuff you can get now. It's crazy.
yeah. I hear of SR, but I didn't hear of acro. But acro, everybody shouting acro, acro, acro. I said, what the hell is acro? You know, I never. I was like, but if you have nothing, well, I say this: if you have nothing to hide, you will show it. You know, I have nothing to hide. You know, Apollo, I can send you all my DBSs every year. You know, on your WhatsApp, you can upload it on your YouTube channel. I have nothing to hide. But
This is it. If you've got nothing to hide, you're going to show it, and that's my argument with other stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, why
when
not show it if you're innocent?
Birgit and all of them is they make you questions. Why you don't want to show it? Are you embarrassed what you did in the past, or you embarrassed because you abuse children and women?
Yeah, well, that's how it looks, isn't it? And at the end of the day, he did try and show one. He didn't show the back
You,
pages.
if you have on your DBS like, oh, beating up with guys or burglary or whatever is there, but if it's like beating up women or sexually abusing women, not beating up, and sexually abusing is or mentally abusing women, because you can have that on DBS as well. You mentally abuse, narcissistic and all this. I could go in the subject forever, because people don't recognize narcissistic behavior still, because narcissists can work very cleverly on you as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sad, because lots of women go through traumas in their lives, and or not just women, men as well. Men suffer because of some women abusing them. So
Oh yeah,
it's
it happens. Men abuse women. Women abuse men a lot as well. I just think with men, it's a different stigma with men, isn't it? It's sort of like you're seen as a as a weakling if you come out about it. But they're trying to change all that now, isn't it? But it is, look at like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing it's ever given any power to a man over that.
I am Amber Heard, so
Yeah, well, that's what they're labeling you as.
yeah, currently
Oh,
I'm just telling you, I'm missing my baby Becky every single.
mm-hmm,
My heart
mm-hmm,
is breaking. This man did wrong, and he knows he does wrong. So that's why they come in on me. On I am a mother. I am a mother with 5 children. I was a young mother with 2, with Becky and my son.
mm-hmm.
But they come in on me like they know me. They don't know me. They don't know my life. They don't, even for Tony Birkett, as he say, he is CEO of Social Services Protection.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Don't you think you need to know two different sides of story? Like you need to go to the person who you were, but you're saying that he's stepdad, but he's not. And then you need to go to the other side and asking questions and asking what's happened. You need to know all both sides,
Mm-hmm.
not just put on someone on YouTube that, oh, this woman is a children abuser. That's why they taken Becky away from her. They saying about me that both my children was taken away. No, none of my children was taken away. None. I have my children. I love all my children. My son, my daughters, I love them all. My door is open for my older children, Becky and my son, all the time. I have 3 children here. I love them, all of them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if I didn't love my children, why would I sit here and talk to anybody?
Exactly.
Why would I sit here and saying, please just bring my Becky home, go and smash him, or go put him in a forest somewhere, torture him, make him to make his own grave and shoot him in the head?
Yeah,
Please.
that.
So when he is gone, my Becky will become back. Because
Well,
if
I can understand why you would feel that way. You would never do it, but I understand why you feel that way.
do it, it's not me, who would do it. I would not do it because I have 3 children at home. I
Yeah, yeah.
in jail for animal. I don't like jails. I work in them. I was like, why would you want to be here? But some people go back to jail because it's like a circle.
Yeah.
Go out, they do again something because they miss the free breakfast and lunch and dinner. You know.
Well, they become institutionalized, don't they? And then they get
Come
out
on.
of jail, and then a lot of the time they can't face anywhere to go, and they end up back in the system.
Even in a jail, they can say they want takeaway on Thursday. They have Indian takeaway. They can have the little mobile phones, the black ones
Yeah,
without internet. They can call their family and friends. What is this? The taxpayers' money going on these people. Who murder their relatives, who sexually abuse their children. And these people go there for holidays. They go and they coming out with high or university. You know what I mean? They have all these certificates coming out, and you just think, what is going on in this system? Why people protecting those people? Why people protecting Bacons? Why police is so protective of my situation and social services? Why?
It's
Why
strange, like me
so?
as a man myself, no one's, if I knew somebody like offline, which I don't, but if I knew somebody like Burkett and then I knew everything about him and I knew what was coming out about him and all of this, you just have nothing to do with him as a man. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
just have nothing to do with those type of people. Do you not
but
understand that? Who's brought you up? It's a bacon, so you get rid of him in one way or the other. I don't understand these men and women who, God,
but
and women with kids talking to them and stuff. You're sick, la.
but Apollo, you attract who you are.
Yeah, you're true. That's true. Yeah,
So
that's true.
don't,
True, very true. There's me because of enablers. Yeah, go on. Yeah, I
don't
lost myself
always
there.
get that, because they attract always who they are. This one is so big. It's unbelievable. What I found now, because I am going crazy for 1 year and 7 months because of my child, and I'm worried, sick for my daughter, and I worry every day what he is doing to her. Is he drugging her? Is he mentally abusing her? Is he
Hmm.
sexually abusing her? If is he doing something to her to harm her, or is he telling her, or if you go and say this, I will harm your mom?
Well, this is
You
all the
don't
things that
know.
run through your head. Yeah, you don't know, do you?
You don't know what these people are capable of. These people are not normal. These people needs to be sectioned, because lots of people who I watch on YouTube, I'm only 3 weeks on YouTube, and my mind is blown, because I never hear anything like this before. I am going crazy because of, it's not just two people, it's third, fourth, fifth, 6 month, 7 month. Then you try to investigate them. My God, they have such a past, and they go on YouTube, all of them preaching and saying, "Oh, we're not gonna talk about bacons today because that's not our channel." So they are bacon enablers.
Well, that's how I see it. That's how I have been saying. I see it exactly the same.
Who wants to talk like that? We need to bury it. No, we don't need to bury it, because if you not talk about it, this it will happen in all the time.
Well, that's what I say. It takes a lot of stamina to keep these subjects up because a lot of people are like, oh, you know what I mean? But you've got to highlight it every now and again. And that's what I'll keep doing on top of other stuff I do. But you've got to highlight this stuff to keep it in people's mind, or it goes away. And that's how people get away with stuff, by people going, oh, well, I don't want to get involved and I want to leave that. Well, I'll always be involved. I've been involved in everything all my life, in different things. And I'm just that way. I'm too driven not to be like that. And we'll keep highlighting these shitbags.
If people think that I'm here because I want to be famous, I don't want to be famous. I didn't never want to go on YouTube channels. But
Oh,
when Ellis, or whoever his name is,
Method Wax Face.
put my child on YouTube, I was like, this is it. I need to go and speak, because this is not okay. This only sickos do this. It's not only they took my child, they trying to exploit her even more, online. Oh, look, here she is. Come on, people. Ask me whatever you want, people. I am not abuser. I miss my daughter. I want my daughter back. She is not coming back till that man is not far away somewhere from her. But I know information that probably in 1 week or 2 weeks time, Daniel going to inherit lots of money from his mom, because mom passed away. Bless her. She was such a lovely woman. I met her 4 times. Beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna inherit so much money, and he gonna take my daughter away somewhere where nobody will know.
Well, God bless his mother. His mother, there's nothing to do with it, but his mother seemed very unimpressed with him on the phone. So she was a decent lady. She was telling him it was all wrong. You know what I mean? But what can an older lady do? But she did the right thing.
She said to me on a phone call, if it's my daughter, I'll get the gun and shoot him and take her away. That's what his mother told me. And I don't want to mention, because, it's not nice, because I know lots
No.
of girls and stuff. She was the most beautiful lady what you can ask for. And, this is for her justice as well, because she knew that her son is Bacon.
Yeah, she did. And must have been hard to live with for her knowing that. God, if I was something like that, my mother would jump off a bridge, you know what I mean? It's disgusting. I
Yeah.
mean, to produce a son who does stuff like that, you'd just want to die. But
I know we shouldn't talk with this, when people not here anymore.
no,
But mom passed away because of him.
yeah,
Because
allegedly, yeah.
allegedly, she passed away because of him, because she knew, what is going on. She knew.
Oh, stress contributes to things. There's people on here who've done things to old women and that. And then it's like, oh, well, they were rich or whatever. Listen, when you're doing stuff to older women, putting them through stress at a later age, of course it pushes towards the death. It's stress related. Everybody knows that. If you want to get real and talk sense and not talk pony, this is real life. You know what I mean? Stress is a killer. Boss dog, correct? And it can bring on a whole host of illnesses. So people who don't believe that, you need to wake up and stop reading off cornflake packets for your news, honestly. But yeah, the thing is with them all, couldn't believe that video they put out when they put her on. She's a lovely girl, and I think she's been brainwashed, like you say. And hopefully one day she's going to wake up. Sometimes something can just click, and I know what you're saying, but I think she will. I've got a feeling. I think we'll get her away one day. I don't know. Something will click one day. Hopefully.
Well, even if she comes back, she's not going to be same Becky, because she will need lots of counseling.
Oh, yeah.
Because what he did with my child is unacceptable, and lots of you are coming on me. As I said before, I'm going to repeat myself again. As I said, you all saying that I'm a child abuser, and my child was put in a care to Daniel Kerry. She wasn't put in a care, Daniel Kerry. I still have full parental responsibility for my child, and my child was groomed by this man, and he was 45 that time when he groomed my child when she was 15. I knew him for 6 weeks. 6 weeks, please just put in your heads, all of you. 6 weeks I knew this man. How can somebody want girl looking after girl in her age if they 45 years old and that his kids have nothing to do with him? Why?
Targeted, isn't it? Let's target these
I
people.
people, so ask yourself question this, because these people sometimes I don't think some people think, but please just think. 6 weeks is 6 weeks the time where 45-year-old men just come and take your beautiful daughter when she's 16, and he knew exactly what he's doing, because he knew exactly when her birthday is. He knew exactly that when she's 16 no one can touch him. No one. Because the law in England says when you're 16, you can do whatever you want. No one could
Yeah, I
touch her
know.
because
I know.
she was 16. 16, 17 years old in England are so vulnerable because all these predators preying on these people, preying on these girls, because they know law is shit, or say, oh, I am going to abuse this girl because she's vulnerable. She tells me some story about her mom. Oh, we have arguments and stuff, so I go use against her.
Unbelievable.
Her son is in foster care. I'm gonna use that against her.
Makes me ill. I tell you what, like, the thing is, when she was on that live the other night, she's a smart girl and that she seems, but she seems still quite immature, you know what I mean? And they were trying to say she was mature, so I can only imagine what she was like at 15. So you are a proper bacon, mate, because
Yeah.
that is disgusting, because at 15, I mean, I've seen those pictures where I've shaded her face out, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, but when I've seen the proper picture, she looks dead young, like dead. I've got a daughter not too much younger looking than her, you know what I mean? And I was like the fury that built up inside me, because that's my weakness. I hate that stuff, you know what I mean? And
But
I can't explain.
her father, somebody even do something to her, you will go and do something. But I was on my own. I didn't have
Yeah,
no, I didn't have a man next to me. I didn't have her father next to her. It's so it's so clever how they work, you know. He knew even before he came next to me, he knew he gonna groom my child.
I
He
know.
knew that. He knew that from day one. Oh, you know, somebody give him some. I till today, I believe somebody give him link. Somebody give him link and say, oh, look, yeah, is one who you can abuse and you can have, because her daughter is vulnerable, you know, naive, you know.
You know him, you know who I'm on about, the abuser. Was he into any like bare knuckle fighting stuff?
What do you mean, bare knuckle fighting stuff?
You know, like did he go to any events, or was he interested in any bare knuckle or boxing like groups or anything?
When I talked to his son, Jamie, his son, because when he was talking to me in Blythe, you know, he said to me, you know, he used to go boxing or something.
All right.
I have
Okay.
didn't record it because I got mad that time. You know, don't forget, I'm not remember lots of information what people was giving me. I only go through messages. You know, like last week, and I just thinking, oh my god, you know, this really, and social services didn't pick up on this or that. You know,
Yeah.
and
I was
all
just asking that for a reason, that's all. But yeah, that's fine. I've never spoke to you about that. I was just something pinged in my head then. I was just thinking out loud, really.
and
But
also
yeah.
worker who used to be social worker to Becky, because she used to go to see her because she was on child protection plan in Daniel's house. And social worker messaged me. I have still the messages. She said, oh, you need to go and get Becky from there. And I said, how? And she go, knock on the door and take her. And I was like, how can I take? No, social worker was sending me to his house without even realizing the dangers what I can have, you know. Somebody can knock me out there. You have no idea what's going on with this whatever they, you know, alleged gang or whatever it is. She telling me, I have message I will send you, you know. She go knock on the door and take Becky away from me. And I
Yeah.
was, how you social services sending me to knock on his door? Are you
Listen, there's people leaving YouTube over this stuff. You know, people who've got channels and stuff. Like, because it's got that dark, and like they've seen what these people are. There's a guy left. I mean, I was saying before, for what reason we don't know exact reasons, but he's gone off on the premise
I
that
know.
he's left because it's got dark, and he can't cope with it anymore. And he said, well, he did say actually on the video that people that he thought were all right have turned out to be sort of like what Dickie Hickey's been said to be. You know what I mean? And he's left YouTube over it, and so it shows you, if that is for the real reasons, there's some decent people out there that see this shit and they're like, I want nothing to do with it. They're even ending channels. So all of you bacon enablers who are speaking to them, shake your head, get them off, la. You know what they are. Stop making bull up. You know what they are. Run them off. Yeah, that's just how I feel.
But it's strange that they all know about each other, but they all enabling this, and it's really sad because you can see what sick world we live in. You know, people will watch someone to suffer, and they not say nothing, and
Yeah,
it's sad because my daughter is up there 6 hours away from this beautiful hometown. We had beautiful life, but she's there up north in Blythe, in the worst criminal city in England, probably. You know, Newcastle and all those is you know, we don't have that in here in East Sussex. Why he would take my daughter there? You know, I please
I'm
people,
sh-
why he would need to have her there? You
I might
know,
I might be wrong. I'm sure years ago, I might be wrong, so don't quote me on it, but I'm sure I saw a documentary. I did see the documentary and it was about social services, but I'm sure it was from East Sussex. They
it's
were
not.
under some type of thing, like it was a documentary about them. I'm sure it was them. I mightn't be right, but it was something
Well,
like that, I'm sure.
social services documentary, whatever. I mean, what I hear, you know, what they say that up north is the most pedophiles, the most gangs, the most, you know, people who are, you know, out of their heads. You know, it's unbelievable. Social services is a waste of space in England. You know, social services doesn't help people. Social services just tick the box. You know, oh, another child, whatever. I just fill the paperwork. You know, they don't even write correct informations on papers.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Well, I'm glad you've come back on, though, to highlight it, haven't we? And show what's still going on. It's still a terrible, dark situation. There's still investigations going on, though, isn't there, in some points and stuff? So, got to be careful what you say, but we're just basing off fact what's already happened. But swear to God, it's dark, but it's got to be highlighted. You can come on every week, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. And we'll keep it going because it's just it gets forgotten about, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't want people forget about it. I don't want people forget about my Becky. I want people to watch out because
we need to do something. Like we need to put something out there. I don't know what. I'll have a good think, me, but we need to do something to keep this stuff highlighted, or another campaign, or we're gonna have to change laws or look at things differently. I'll have to have a good think about it.
Totally.
But we need to do more. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? We need to do more. I mean, I know what we'd all like to do, but we'd all do life sentences, and that's the truth. You know what I mean?
No,
all of us.
It's absolutely me. It's not life sentences. It's torture life sentences.
People turn around and go, "Why don't you remove them off the street?" And it's like,
yeah,
okay, then it's all over them at the minute by everything, and you go and do something like that, and you go to jail for a long time. They don't get that, but we need to do other things to highlight it properly and play the right game. You know what I mean? And justice will come out one day for people to not go through this shit that you've had to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's terrible. It's terrible. But I'm going to end it now, more or less, Anita, but if you've got any final words, you can say them, you know what I mean?
No, it's fine. I just, again, I'm going to thank all my supporters and everyone who messaged me, emailed me, who put the like for me and for my daughter, praying that she's home. I just really big thank you from my heart. I can't say anything else.
Yeah, I've seen all the support you get. It's really good. There's some good people out there.
Oh, people email me on my email, so I have beautiful emails on email, and it's just
that's good.
How many people is really good people, and they have open eyes. They don't need any more evidence, because I don't have evidence of them have sex video. I'm sorry, I don't have evidence of they have sex. I know.
You've told the truth and you've told the facts, you know what I mean? And we've put stuff out there. You've told it all, so, carry on. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying thank you and goodbye, everybody, and good night, and hope everyone have a beautiful evening.
Thank you very much, Anita. See you later, love.
Bye.
There we go, guys. That was Anita on. Tell you what, guys, while there's a few in the chat, because Film Boy just needs a few more 100 subs to get to the big 5K. Will you go over and give him a sub, please? And obviously after this, we're going over there anyway for a bit of banter and a bit of reaction to whatever. But give him a sub, please, and boost him up to 5K. Big respect. But yeah, she gets a lot of support now, so big up everyone in the chat. Thanks very much, and all the support you give her when she's in chats and stuff and helping her out and that. But that's what you're going to get on channels like this, because there's a lot of people follow them who are good people and truth tellers, and are going to give her the support, because that's why you follow this channel, because that's what it's all about. Same with the cesspit and stuff. Real talking people who just put it out there and don't chat shit and back it up. But I agree with Film Boy, what he said earlier, the people who are going to just come and banter and just slag people off constantly, you've got to come with something, you know what I mean? So there you go. But it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you everyone for coming on. It was good. It's good numbers considering the England match was on as well. So much respect for coming in and helping highlight it all, people. But again, thank you very much. All head over to the cesspit. It's going to be starting soon and get it warmed up. But big respect, love, guys, from Apollo Creed. Thank you.